Hello, everybody. Welcome to Not Daily Dose of Gaming News and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on the blogger site, and on Patreon for extra support. And any kind of updates, usually I go about on Twitter X, usually when it's coming to live stream stuff, which at this moment the plans are a little bit all over the place. Sorry, but I think I will resume that Stranding gameplay mainly because I'm catching up with some DLC lore, so I have a better sense of how things work in terms of lore, the story, some details there, so I can improve my enjoyment of the new game plus of Elden Ring, and have to a certain degree better commentary to make when I find things that I find interesting there. And just a quick heads up here for my completed gameplay series. I got 4K and 1080p. Everything is here on the main page of the channel. And I will continue to do, at least for now, probably I will ramp up a little bit. So Monday through Saturday, starting next week's, I will do one episode per day for Midnight Suns. I got plenty of episodes in the backlog that can justify the ramping up just one extra episode per week. I'm having a blast with the game. Again, the only nitpick that I have with that game is the exploration on the Abbey grounds. If you watch a couple episodes, you know what I'm talking about. It's the only janky mechanic there, let's say, the exploration. The rest, I'm having a blast with it so far. Character interactions, the story, the lore they are presenting here seems pretty interesting and enjoyable for the moment being. Um, just before we get into the news, just a quick shout out here to Rurikan. Is a fellow Portuguese content creator and he's very knowledgeable. And he has been on Monster Hunter games for a long time, and I'm counting on his analysis on the breakdowns of the new weapons that they are presenting for Monster Hunter Wilds. Um, I'm taking his feedback and his knowledge on the franchise itself for me to jump into the franchise itself when this game comes out, hopefully. And yeah, I will leave his channel in the channel link in the description below. So let's go to the news. We got Black Myth Wukong reviews are up. Basically, the only like the main uh, I don't know, industry sites, let's say, reviewers are having access to the review codes. I suppose I didn't see any of the other usual content creators that usually follow up on reviews. Again, I'm not sure what the policy was with game sites regarding distributing game codes there. But yeah, the overall consensus seems that it is around between and 8.5 in terms of classification. I think on the Metacritic, or I think it's Metacritic, the aggregator there, it's around 83 or something like that. So it goes in line with what is being said here on WCCF Tech. And basically, the game seems pretty good. If you have the expectation of having something Dark Souls in the sense of Elden Ring, in terms of expectation, this is not the game. I've been seeing from few daily news that I'm being giving. My expectation was more in line of something like stages. They are very that could be linear with some deviations from the main path, so you have some exploration and the such. And basically, this is what the game is. From my understanding, it's structured in 6 chapters. Each chapter has their own kind of map, let's say, with a more linear path for you to follow, with some deviations for you to explore, to get some secret stuff in terms of the I think upgrades for the character weapons and armor and the such, and with also some hidden bosses. I heard that there might be around 80 bosses total. Given that I think most of them might be considered like field bosses, like Elden Ring to a certain extent, and then you got the final boss of that chapter, so you can wrap up that chapter and proceed to the next one. That's my perception from the reviews that I've been seeing. But the combat itself is more focused in a more aggressive line, similar to like I think the best comparison can be made to Bloodborne, which is very much on dodging instead of blocking or even parrying. It's more consistent of trying to dodge your way out of the enemy and take advantage of the missed opportunities from the enemy and punish him on that sense. There is some mechanics with some spells, with some other kind of abilities there. I think you play along with free stances, if not mistaken. The weapon is is the same always, but with three different stances. At least that's what I've been having my idea from the reviews that I've been seeing. Uh, just a quick note: the reviews are kind of uh, not prohibited, but the review guideline is don't show or speak too much after chapter two. I think it's probably have to do something with trying to avoid spoilers, something like that. Again, the enemy design seems to be very good from all around the reviews that I've been seeing. The difficulty, there is no slider for the difficulty, so it's a balanced ramping up difficulty as you go along within the game. Even though some bosses in there might be considered more easier than expected to a certain point. Uh, Again, it might vary depending how much well versed you are on this kind of games here. But yeah, the overall the game seems to have a very positive reception. As there are some cons, mainly regarding gaming performance there. In terms of the optimization of the game itself, some stuttering here and there, but there are some, at least for this version of the game. I'm not sure this is the final version that they are reviewing the game on. Hopefully, when the game launches, hopefully, all these issues are smoothed out. But again, only after the game is launched we can have a better sense of that. And then we got the thing with screen rant. I'm not going to touch too much about it. It's refreshing the again what this so-called journalists. There is the screen rant review that removed half a point a scale of from a scale of 1 to 5. Here, that review removed half a point because it didn't include enough diversity and inclusivity. Again, as everybody already seen, this is a fantasy game where the setting is you are a monkey god, let's say, and you fight monsters. I don't know what they were expecting here in terms of not having enough female representation in this game. Again, a lot of bullshit. Again, I think to a certain degree they just want some clickbaits on their own sites there, so they can have some traffic there. Because the demanding of this kind of acronym mafia kind of checklist style thing here, it's reaching to a ridiculous level. Plus all the things they, especially on IGN, GameSpot, the Scream rant, and I don't. I think even Kotaku didn't want to review the game because of the reporting that supposedly IGN did a few years ago from the few years ago that the thing that I covered yesterday regarding the misogynies and all that bullshit that developers within game science were having regarding some commentary. Again, a lot of I don't know what to tell you. I already basically made my point yesterday regarding that situation. I'm not going to refread on the same rant again. I'm a little bit tired. I don't have time for that stuff for today. But yeah, overall, this game seems good. Seems to be giving what customers want, which is a very enjoyable game with excellent mechanics and stunning vistas and all of that jazz. One of the other cons now that I'm talking about it, that seems to be regarding exploration. There seems to be some issues with invisible walls in the sense that can be a little bit frustrating navigating throughout the levels, in the sense that you think it's something that you can explore or jump into a part of the level that it's blocked by invisible walls. Hopefully they can eventually fix this. I think you could have gone with something different. Sometimes might as well put like a wall or something like that, so you know it's not something that you will be able to explore, instead of inducing the player that you might be able to explore certain parts of the area and then being blocked with invisible might be a little bit frustrating. I can understand that. But other than that, I didn't see any much more in terms of cons regarding this game, except again the stuttering issues, that invisible wall stuff, and in some players might experience some I don't know, some lower on the difficulty overall, some spikes on the difficulty there. But yeah, other than that, um, this game seems to be a pretty good game. Again, people tend to forget this is an indie studio. They only did one game. It was a mobile game, if not mistaken. So it's their first foray. And taking that all in account, I think from the reviews, they seem to have done, sorry, a pretty good job with this game, at least for starters. And I will try to catch up with this game, probably if I have enough. Time, I will time and money. I will probably try out this game. But yeah, for the moment, that's my opinion regarding the reviews that I've been seeing, and I will try to keep up to see how the sales are going, if the feedback of the gamer community is online with the reviews. But yeah, basically, this is what I got to say from Black Myth Wukong for the moment being. In other stuff, we got Slitterhead Story trailer. I think I covered this game when they first announced. Again, the 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 premise of this game seems pretty interesting. Basically, you are an entity, a bodiless entity. You got the trope of being devoid of memory, so it's kind of a hook for you uh, to get into the game. Usually, it's used, and they launched a new story trailer again. I'm not sure about this game. Again, the premise is what it's getting my interest peaked a little bit here. But they launched the story trailer again. I don't know what kind of story they are trying to tell here, except for the fact that you are this entity that is trying to kill all the enemies, which how they call slitterheads, crawling around the city disguising themselves as humans. Again, we'll have to see how this will pan out. Again, I'm just following up here, and I noticed that they launched a new story trailer. Again, I will leave, as usual, the link of the article, so you can check out the trailer if you want there. Again, nothing super exciting, but again, just a quick update in this game that will be upcoming November 8th. On every basically any kind every platform, yeah, every platform here. We got also Hunt Showdown. I've been covering here and there mainly because of my curiosity regarding the Cry Engine stuff there. And seems that after this came out yesterday, a lot of negative reviews have been thrown out there. And I think the most new complaints come from revamped user interface and the players claim aggressive advertising of paid content. Again, this is not a good move. Even though they did a lot of significant changes, including renewed graphics, upgrades to DirectX 12, new light cache system, specular tracing for graphics, sorry, as well addition DLSS and FSR. Um, Again, which basically made the upgrade to the engine version of 5.11. And they also added new content like the new map with some boss and whatever. Again, I'm not playing this game. It's usually not a game for me. It's very well. It's a multiplayer game, so that's why I was always more curious about what they are doing with the engine itself. But yeah, seems that the interface, revamped interface, is not good, very confusing. A lot of aggressive pushing for of new paid weapons, saying these new weapons are advertised between weapons they already own and in a manner that suggests that did not purchase the previous weapons. Again, it seems that it's inducing players to rebuy stuff to a certain degree, it seems. Even though, then again, Crytek developers have been replying they will make some changes to this situation. But yeah, not a good move. Again, it's never a good move, even because this game is not a free to play game. where you have to be taking into account a lot of the monetization model being on the fact that it's free game. This game it costs around 30 or 40 bucks, I think, not mistaken. And then you again the subsidiation of the monetization of the game is through getting some paid stuff there here and there, but yeah, this is not a good move because from what I understand, the gameplay mechanics and how the game plays, it seems pretty good from what I understand. But the fact that they just try to be overly aggressive on that paid content there is not a good move, that's for sure. Other than that, I think nobody is complaining with the engine upgrades, let's say, of the gameplay, and even I didn't see any complaints regarding the new content that they bring. Is more about the how they are trying to induce players into just wrongfully pay for content that they don't want, or they are induced in that sense. And also lately, lastly, sorry, we got Stellar Blade. The developer Shift Up reports record revenue in quarter two earnings. Again, this is good news. Again, this game only launched on PlayStation, even with all the shenanigans that happened. We think regarding the publisher PlayStation 5, of like the censoring kind of a thing there that happened with the suits and some other things that people tried to make a big thing out of that regarding the game itself. It seems to be selling pretty good. Um, the, something I didn't know, Shift Up is also the developer of Goddess of Victory, Nike. Again, this is the first time that I heard about this game. I don't know what kind of game it is. I think it's a mobile game, if not mistaken. But yeah, I mentioned this game because from the revenue, which was $48 million for the quarter, which was an increase of around 65% year over year, which is excellent. The company itself did not hit only record revenues, but it also achieved an operating profit of $33 million, which is a 50% year over year. Again, around 60% of that revenue came from this game, Goddess of Victory, Nike, and then around 40%, which is around almost $20 million from Stellar Blade, which is pretty good. Again, I don't see any numbers regarding how many units they're sold, but basically you can do the rough math of depending how much it costs to the to and divided by the this value by the number of how much the game costs there, and you have kind of roughly estimate of how much is sold in terms of units. But yeah, Shift Up acknowledged that the sales have slowed, but they are steady, which is good. Again, the sales were always slow after the game is launched. Nevertheless, it believes the game has established itself as a large global IP. Again, it's been talking about, at least within gaming circles, which is always good to keep the attention there. And as previously reported, the developer, they are still working on DLC and has plans for a sequel, and is also planning to continue to introduce new characters again, and will have a collaboration introduced by the end of the year. I think they are also, sorry, I think they are also working on a PC release, but there is no details on that. We'll have to wait and see if they are going to come up with something like that. They don't have even here on the map thing here. The last thing that they have is DLC and sequel release. It's under review, also under review. IP things there. A lot of stuff is still under review. But yeah, hopefully it will come to PC, and I will for sure it will increase a little bit the sales there. And for sure, when it comes to PC, a lot of mods will be introduced in this game, if possible. At least that's my perception there. But yeah, good to see that this game is selling. Again, as always, when you cater to the market of customers, you get good sales there. When you don't cater to the market of customers, you don't sell the game. Again, bear repeating. We got the example of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Again, for whatever it's worth, the game itself put Warner Brothers in a position they are losing $200 million on that game alone. So make it as you will. This kind of information, it just tells you that good games sell independently of the ESG checklist. Again, when the game is good, they will sell because they are catering to the others that is demanding good games. But yeah, this is what I got regarding news. Let's go for some gaming deals. We still have for free Dead's Gambit Afterlife. Already claimed this game. I might be trying one of these days. Again, this is kind of a pixel art, Metroidvania-ish kind of game there. It seems it's got good reviews on Steam, so it got a very positive feedback. If not mistaken, that's the classification there. So might as well take the opportunity here. And afterwards, we will have the Callisto Protocol, which is I'm going to claim this one and probably do a run through a gameplay series on this game. I was almost bought this game last on the Christmas sale. Almost bought this game to try out. Uh, I think I will have the opportunity to try it out for free, and I will do probably a gameplay series on this one because I'm very curious about this game. I heard good things, they're not so good, mainly regarding performance-wise on the PC. So I will have to check that out when it comes out. On GOG, I'm be focusing on GOG today. Some of them are 2 days. We'll be wrapping up some deals in today. That's why I'm bringing only GOG for today. We got Alien Isolation, the collection. Again, if you're not sure about this, you can also go for the standard edition. Even though the DLC, I think it justifies the extra $2 there, and it's 80% off. We got Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut, 85% off, and also the sequel Deus Ex Mankind Divided Digital Deluxe Edition, 85% off with all the DLC included. We got Inside, 75% off. We got Limbo, which is from the same developer, 75% off. We got Prey Digital Deluxe Edition, which got my stamp of approval. If you think it's a little bit expensive, you can just go for the 7th edition. And as usual, if not sure if this game is for you, you can check out my gameplay series on this game. It's on the completed gameplay series there. You can watch the first couple episodes to get an idea what this game is about as an immersive sim. Again, it's a very underrated game. I really did enjoy this game, and yeah, again, it's got my stamp of approval. We got also the same thing with Evil Within, 75% off, and the Evil Within 2, 80% off. Again, this I can recommend these games at this price point. I play them, and I also made some gameplay series on them. If you're not sure if the game is for you, you can check out the gameplay series there, the first episode, so you can have a sense what this game is about. Um, the got Tomb Raider Game of the Year edition, 80% off. Again, the Game of the Year edition has everything included. All the little bits of DLC are included here. We got also Voidbuster, again another game that has my stamp of approval. I did made a gameplay series on this one. At this moment in time, 70% off, which it was at the price that I bought that game. Yeah, even though I claimed this game for free, I already bought this game in Steam. So it has my stamp of approval. If you're not sure if this game is for you, you can check out my gameplay series on this one. The first episode, it's good enough there. We got also Wasteland 2 Director's Cut Digital Deluxe Edition. Again, that's a lot of editions here. 75% off. I bought this game on Steam and the sequel also. I will eventually do the rerun of this game. I was cut in the middle of the run that I was doing here before I moved out of the country, so I will have to restart everything from scratch in 4K. And also Wasteland 3, the sequel. This is the Colorado collection. I also bought this on Steam, and I will go about this game after I do Wasteland 2 for sure. I think this is a direct sequel a few years after the second one ended up. But yeah, this is what I got here for today, guys. I will just wrap up with a plug on my Patreon for extra support. And at this moment in time, the extra support is more in line for me to get a better storage solution, so I can have backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and of course some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.